Welcome to the Offshore Club's fun-filled, fact-filled, fast-paced blockbuster podcast with your host and Offshore Club's expat mom, Alyssa Esquivel, coming to you straight from beautiful Belize, where the sun never sets on the good life at a great price. And now, here's your friend, your expert, and your guide, Alyssa Esquivel.
Hey everyone, Alyssa, the Expat Mom here. So we've been going through a series of talking about some of those questions that people ask when they get ready to move as a family. And I thought, one of the things that I think people ask a lot of times that they've asked us is, what about the food? Are there going to be things that I like to eat? Am I going to be able to find some of the dietary restrictions that I have? Am I going to be able to find organic goods? And I thought, instead of just telling you about it, why don't I take you on a journey and show you exactly what it is that I get when I do my groceries and some of the options that we have here on the island. So, hope you enjoy the ride. So just pulled up to my favorite fruit and veggie stand, and that is one of the beautiful things about living in so many of these Central American countries and in the Caribbean countries is that, fresh fruits and vegetables are a common staple, and oftentimes you can get products that we can get in the States in the same way or in North America in the same way. And yet the pesticides, the ways that they use to be able to clean their products is totally different, because oftentimes the cost of some of these pesticides is so astronomical that it's not even worth it for the farmers to use it. And especially for a lot of the Central American and Caribbean countries, you're getting products from small farms. And so they're growing very fresh produce that it's coming to you same day. In some cases, you can even go and get it yourself from the farms. You can pick out what you want, and the products oftentimes are beautiful. So we're going to go in and we're going to take a look in just a second. But I will say, last week I made a stir fry for my family, and I got zucchini and carrots and onions, and it was all fresh, all straight from the farms here. The only thing my kids really ever crave in food is berries, and we even started getting those. So, my daughter I was joking a couple months ago about wanting to be able to go to the States so she could go and get some raspberries. They are after their mother, let me tell you, because I am a berryaholic. But we can even get berries. We can get fresh berries that are in season and that are fabulous looking. So we'll take a look in just a second, and I'll show you what we can find. So you can see all these great fresh fruits and vegetables. So many of them packaged locally here. Got great corn, got some okra up here, some celery, jalapenos, radishes. And look at the next one. This is actually fresh kale from here that's all organic. It's a local farm. We've got green beans, we've got lettuce, all great products. And this last one here, my daughter's favorite, the berries. You can see them up there lined up. So beautiful, just came in. They've even got local Brussels sprouts and baby potatoes. I mean, really, can you get fresher ingredients like that? We also have imported apples, as you can see over here in the back. Our kids love apples, so they're always on our staple list. So we also are gonna have these beautiful peppers here that you'll see that are what we put in something here locally called escabeche. We'll make that again another episode, another time. But you can also see beautiful local peppers here and eggplants. I mean, really, eggplants. Even local butternut squash. Just let me tell you, I make a mean butternut squash soup in the winter. But you've also got cabbages, and you've got zucchinis and squash there, cucumbers, cantaloupes even, and then these local squash we have here called chocho, which are similar in taste to yellow squash. And then you've got some little pumpkins here, and other squash. These are acorn squash even that we've got here locally. Just beautiful, beautiful produce. And of course, I know you've got papayas. We're in the Caribbean, tropical, right? You gotta have those. And watermelons. So just stocked up on some of my fruits and veggies for our family for the week. And even with our strawberries, which are an imported object, which are more expensive, even with those, we're still under 100 Belize, so under $50 for our whole family. And that's 4 kids and my husband and I. And I swear our sons eat like they're teenagers. So let me tell you, it's not like it's gonna be crazy expensive, even with the apples. And that's with us buying apples that are imported, of course. All those, and you still are under $50 for all of our fruits and vegetables for our family for the week. You just can't beat that. So I thought I'd come out to the ocean to be able to share the last little bit with you guys. I don't know if you can, well, you can't really see it there behind me, but look at those beautiful Caribbean waters. And the beauty of this is that, you know, during the mornings, oftentimes fishermen will put their catch, they're right up here, they pull up with their boats, they get their catch off, they cut it all up, they get it prepared, and you can buy straight from the fishermen. So here we have this fresh caught fish, fresh caught lobster, fresh caught conch that we can go and buy. Now, my husband's a fisherman, so we get a lot of our own stuff. But if we don't, I can always go and get it right here. And that's one of the products, you know, that we see in the States or in North America in general, right? When you get a fish or you get a product, it's been frozen half the time, it's gotten thawed, unthawed, you know, all the process. And sometimes you get fresh, and that's great. And you can get stuff that's not been farmed, which is beautiful. But, you know, the fact that we have all this fresh produce, fresh fish, fresh vegetables, fresh meats, you know, same thing with our meats. There's several local butcheries on the mainland that we can go and get our products from that come straight here to the island where we live. And the same thing is true to a lot of other Central American countries and in the Caribbean in general, is that you're going to have very short times between when you get the product out of the ocean or when you get the product when it's been butchered, when you get those items. It's going to be a really short time until you actually get them on your plate. And, you know, you think about farm to table. People pay big money for farm to table products in the States, and it's essentially our everyday lives. It's our normal shopping list. Obviously, there are things that my kids eat, like Cheerios. Okay, I can still go to the grocery store and I can buy those also. But the fact that we can get these local and quick and fresh products that our family has come to love and enjoy, you know, I look at every time I go out to the States, it's hundreds of dollars we end up spending in groceries simply to try and get those basic products that are so fresh here. And so really understanding, you know, to understand that your diet is not necessarily going to be a lot different. There are things that are going to be different. For instance, like I can also go to the local tortilla factory and I can buy fresh corn tortillas. I can buy masa and I can make empanadas, or I can make other local dishes that are so good. That I've been taught over the years by many of our local Belizean friends. And that is one of the beautiful things. I'm going to talk about community in another episode, but that really is one of the most beautiful things about living in Central America and the Caribbean, is it's such a warm climate, and people are welcoming. They're willing to show you how to do things. They're willing to show you their family secrets. You know, I think about that with a lot of other cultures, and that is one of my favorite things from growing up. Food is near and dear to my heart. I grew up in a family that on Thanksgiving, on the big holidays, all the women were in the kitchen. We all did things together. We all were baking and cooking together for days. And I learned some of my family favorite recipes from my grandmother and from my mother and from those women in our family that really set that generational tone for us. And so I just love that that's the same products that I can make here, but also the thing that I can instill in my own kids and the beauty of our community. So hope you guys enjoyed our little shopping trip today, and we'll see you next week on the Expat Mom. Have a great day, guys. Bye.
And that's a wrap. Thanks for joining us at the Offshore Club. For more information on the Offshore Club or to contact Alyssa Esquivel, visit www.offshore.club today. www.offshore.club. That's www.offshore.club. See you next time at the Offshore Club.